Welcome to the speaking section. My name is Mohammed. I'll be your examiner for this part of the test, and I'm going to record this for marking purposes. What is your full name?
My name is Maria Sabjali Milani, but you can call me Maria.
Okay. So, for part one, Maria, I'll ask you some questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic.
Sure.
Let's talk about your home. Do you live in a house or a flat?
Well, I do live in a house. We have a row house and we are five members. We all live together. I have my father, mother, my brother, and my sister in law. So we all five live together.
Okay. Which is your favorite room, Maria?
Sorry, can you come again?
Which is your favorite room?
Oh, my favorite room has to be the dining room where everybody sits together, chat, and share the opinions, where we all can stay together because most of the time we are working and we are out of the house. We don't get much time to spend, and the dining area is the best place where we all can sit, eat sumptuous food, and have a good time. So I like the dining area of my home.
Okay. Can you describe your dining room?
Oh, my dining room. It's a wonderful question. So basically, it's well furnished with all the interior decoration done by the specialist of this town. The beautiful part of the interior that it's very flexible and relaxing, and it's very comfortable since we wanted to make it very simple that could go with what we want, what we like. We have put some beautiful white color shades so that it brings tranquility, peace, and it is serene in nature. And the best part about that particular room is that it is not certainly made for one individual person. It's made for a lot of people. If at all we have guests coming our home, so they can sit together, we can dine together, and also we have put a lot of memories in that particular dining area, such as our family photographs, our pictures. So altogether, that particular room happens to have a lot of memories, and we all cherish that. So it has a beautiful place in my heart.
Okay. Let's talk about greeting people, Maria. Uh, how would you greet someone who was visiting your house?
Oh, that's such a wonderful question, I must say. I think in our culture, in our country, we say Atithi Devo Bhava, which means anyone who comes to your house is no less than the God itself. So we welcome with warm gesture. We let them to feel relaxed as if it's their own room, it's their own place, and we make sure we give them all the possible things that they would like to have. A possible greeting gesture would ask them how was their day and what they are looking forward to. We would ask them to eat something. Maybe we usually make some drinks that will make them feel comfortable. And more than the food and the greeting, it's all about how much you make the other person feel comfortable so that they are relaxed and composed talking to you and conversing with you. So that can be a thing.
Okay. Would you greet an old friend and a stranger in the same way?
Oh, well, the irony over here that I love to talk to strangers and the old friend because when you're talking to someone who doesn't know you, so it increase the inquisitiveness to know the person even more. And if you know a person very well and he happens to be your old friend, then you have so many questions to ask. So I do. If at all they happen to come to my place, then I would I would consider them both equally, and I would love to chat and talk about things and know them very well. And if at all the person is stranger, it's even wonderful to know about them. So I would treat them in a similar manner. Yeah.
Okay. So, Maria, how do you meet new people?
Well, when I'm meeting an individual for the very first time, I would like to know about their culture, their place, their ethnic life, tradition, view, and perspective, because I'm a very strongly opinionated person. So I like to know about their political views, their worldly knowledge, what they are good at. I would love to share my opinions and what I am good at, especially about the future, career planning, and obviously, when you meet a new stranger, it certainly helps you to broaden your own horizon because you're going to know about something which you certainly don't know. So it's always a great pleasure to talk to stranger and know things about them.
Okay. So that is the end of part one. Uh, Now for part two, here is a card with some questions. You'll have 1 minute to look at the questions on the card. Think about
Sure,
your answers, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak. Okay. You can take notes
sure,
in 1 minute if you wish. Okay. I'll tell you when to start and when to stop. Your 1 minute for preparation, it starts now.
sure.
You can start speaking now.
Thank you. So the holiday we planned was in the month of January, this 2021 itself, because we wanted to do something better. And it was a long time that we haven't spent good time with my family. So it was just me, my brother, my elder sister, and my sister-in-law. So we all four ventured to a picnic in Pench because that's the beautiful time and serene time to visit National Park, that is Pench, which is located in the central coast of India, which is Madhya Pradesh. We started our journey through car, even though I'm someone who doesn't enjoy traveling in car because I have motion sickness and I get nauseated in no time. But then, since I was with my family, it was the most amazing, memorable holiday that we had. We traveled from Armori to Nagpur and then reached Pench, which is in Madhya Pradesh, as I mentioned. So we stayed there in a resort, and the beautiful part of that resort that it had sumptuous food that would what was it? It was a treat to your taste bud, and there was so many cuisines. Especially, I enjoy the Maharashtrian cuisine. So we had great food. The next day, we went to jungle safari, which was a thrilling and uh, uh, adventurous thing for me because I am someone who doesn't enjoy much of adventurous thing. But then since I was with my family, I was thrilled and I was having great company. So we have seen lion, humongous, giant mammoth, and you can see their fairy hair and beautiful uh, characteristic and features, which was amazing to have a look to. And also, when I
Okay.
was with my
I'm going to
family,
s-
we
I'm going to stop you now, Maria.
sure,
Um,
sure, sure,
Now I will ask some questions in part three, okay,
sure,
related to part two.
sure.
Okay. So if you had the chance to travel anywhere, where would you go
Oh my God, that would be Maldives for sure
and why?
because it's such a beautiful place, all ocean, and I love water. So I would love to travel there.
Okay. Why do you think some people like to travel alone?
Oh, well, there are a lot of reasons as to why an individual will love to travel alone because they just don't want to accompany themselves with the people they usually know, and they want to get into a venture where they're discovering their own self. At times when you are with somebody else, somewhere you wear a persona which is not you, but what you show it to people. So when you are all alone, you can understand yourself in a better manner. You will know yourself, and at the end of the day, you will meet so many new people, and you will like meeting them the way you want to meet them. So it's beautiful when you travel alone. You learn a lot of things. You learn how to be independent on your own, do everything with your own spirit. So it's a beautiful thing. That's why I believe. Well, but also I would like to add on. However, people usually have their own perspective. So it may differ from people to people as in why they would like to travel. This is my perspective.
Okay, Maria, do you think travel has changed much over the last few decades?
Well, I think travel has changed, and lot many countries I would believe that they are supporting tourism, and therefore the travel has become one of the most important characteristic feature of every nation, because they want people to come and travel to their places, see amazing things, and that could generate revenue for them. Also that will increase the popularity of that particular place. So I think these days travel have actually become, and it has evolved over the period of time. Back days, a lot of people would shy away from traveling because they were having a lot of work and they would not much travel. But these days, people are willing to go to different places, look what they are looking forward to, what's there new, and it's kind of thrilling and exciting for many people. So it has changed over the period of time.
Okay. Maria, what do you think? How does travel change people?
Well, it does change people because when you travel, you learn a lot of things of that particular culture. For example, if someone who lives in northern part of the country and who seems to come in India, and especially in India, we would say Maharashtra. So I think there are a lot of Maharashtrian culture that the person can know. The food is an amazing thing that one an individual can look forward in terms of eating and knowing their language, the way they live. There are a lot of good places to visit. So it actually makes an individual excite and learn more about other places. Yes.
Uh, do you think there are any disadvantages to modern travel?
Mm, well, I'm not much aware of any disadvantages. However, there are few which we can look into. A lot of time when you travel, and since you don't know the place very well, Google Maps can stab you on the back, and at times you may not know. It also happens to a lot of people who will try to influence you and try to loot you, or they may try to manipulate you, take a lot of money out of you. So there may be some disadvantages, but I don't know much, so I think I will stay on these.
Okay, so we are done with your speaking assessment, Maria. Thank you. Okay,
You're welcome, sir. It was a good time, and I'm great for your altruistic and pro-social service. Thank you so much.
okay. So, Maria, let's start with the assessment now. Okay, this
Sure.
is for all our uh, viewers, right? Um, so, Maria, what do you think? Let's come out of the uh, exam zone. Tell me honestly, what were your strengths? What were your points which you think you can improve on?
I can improve on. Well, I think there are a lot of lexical resources which I could show and I could have used. But since I was much interested in the particular topic that, I was carried away in the situation, I must rather say. So I must have forgotten little bit things. But altogether, I think I was quite okay and it was good. I was very much relaxed by the way the questions were easy, and since it was very comfortable, I thought that there would be some technical issues, but then I'm glad that we have completed it.
Maria, uh, I think I agree with you, right? Let's start with something. I don't think you need any more lexical resource, because the way you
Oh, is that
talked,
interesting?
I mean, I am really impressed. You started with sumptuous food, then tranquility, peace, serene, inquisitiveness, perspective, strongly opinionated, humongous, giant, mammoth, characteristic feature, uh, venture, discovering their own self, persona. I think it was some high level speaking in terms of lexical resource,
Thank you so much, sir.
right? Because let's take a look here, Maria.
Sure.
These are public band descriptors, okay, given to us by IELTS. Okay, anyone can access these band descriptors. Let's look at this lexical resource part, vocabulary part that you were talking about. Uh, I want you to read these 2 points. Are they visible to you?
Just hang on a second. Let me zoom it.
Yeah.
The point one is uses vocabulary with full, flexible, and precision in all topics. Second, uses idiomatic language naturally and accurately.
I think you have totally aced it. I really liked it how you were playing around with the vocabulary. You had complete understanding of vocabulary, right? You knew what to use, when to use, and how to use. However, just certain times I noticed that you repeated some words. For example, you talked about sumptuous food in part one, and in part two also you mentioned the word sumptuous, right? I think we can uh, add one more word to delicious. We can say scrumptious,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Actually, I knew this, but then I forgot whether I said sumptuous or scrumptious. That was the thing.
See, I'm not going to be very
Yeah,
harsh
as I as
because
I as I
yeah.
said earlier, that when you are talking about something, you get carried away.
Yeah.
So that can be a thing.
So I am sure you know this part, okay, scrumptious food part. So we can add this to our vocabulary, which you already have, right? I'll not be very harsh, and just certain things I'm trying to point out so that you can get a band nine. Okay.
Ji.
Uh, Maria, what do you think about the pronunciation? Uh, I mean,
Mm,
this band descriptor, nine band descriptor under pronunciation. Can you read this, please, if you may, please?
which one?
This
Can't see.
pronunciation
Hang
part
on. Let me zoom. Let
marked
me
with red.
zoom.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want me to zoom?
Yeah, no, I'll do it. I'll do it for myself.
Okay.
Number one, uses a full range of pronunciation features with precision and subtly. Sustained
Subtle.
flexible use of features subtly. I need to zoom it.
No, no, it's okay.
Sustained flexible use of features throughout is effortless to understand.
I think, Maria, the way you were speaking, your intonation, stress on words, your natural way of speaking, it was quite evident that you do speak a lot of English with your friends or family or in your profession, because it was amazing. It really was. So I don't see any reason that you are not at the the top ladder. Yeah, the top of the ladder. I don't see any reason that you are not there. It was amazing. So your vocabulary part, your pronunciation part was really good. However, Maria, as you mentioned that you got carried away, do you feel that in your part one, certain questions were very much developed, and certain questions, the answer to certain questions, it was not exactly developed in the same way?
Uh, well, I would say since everything was coming very organic, so
Hmm.
it cannot be structured. And if it already is structured, then it must be, something which was in your head, and eventually you speak out what was there. At times, it is something that you don't end up speaking altogether in a format.
Hmm.
But then I think I saw that I can work on it.
Yes, I think, Maria, uh, we have to take care of one thing very importantly. That part one questions, they are not supposed to be answered like part three. Okay, part one questions, 3 to 4 sentences, they would suffice. Because I saw some last questions in part one towards the end. You explained them so much like part three. Okay, so
Oh,
right there, it was not grammatically wrong, it was absolutely correct. But according to the guidelines, according to the structure, because we only have 4 to 5 minutes for part one, you crossed 5 minutes, and I had to skip the
oh,
last question. Okay, so
oh, okay.
we just have to improve the awareness in part one, that we just have to be
Sure,
a bit uh, uh, a bit restrictive when it comes to answering in part one. We cannot include everything in part one. Yeah,
sure.
that is one thing that I noticed. Right, you were using a lot of connectors, you were elaborating your answers, lots of cohesive devices, everything was good. But I noticed in part one, this one thing, that your answers were not developed equally, or they were like, some answers were very much developed. And in part three also, I noticed one thing. When I asked you, if you had the chance to travel anywhere, where would you go? So you just said that it would be Maldives, right? So part three questions, if you are answering, you have to at least speak 6 to 7 sentences. So do not get
Yeah,
confused between part one and part three,
sure.
right?
Yeah,
Also, again, vocabulary part was amazing. As I said, just we have to work on the uh, development part of the answers. Also, even when you develop them so much, I couldn't find a lot of grammatical mistakes. Let me just uh, bring something on the screen. Okay, so you started with you were talking about planning a trip, or you were saying something about going to a trip on which you said me, my mother, and sister-in-law. What was the sentence that you said? Me, my
I
mother-in-law.
said no. I said my sister-in-law, my
Mhm.
brother, and one of my elder sister, and I.
Yes.
Perhaps I must have used me,
Yeah. So
but then,
you used me towards the beginning. Okay. For example, let me. You said something like this. Uh, I will. I think something like this would be must be there. The people who will travel would be me, uh, my mother, and you gave the list, and sister-in-law, right?
yeah,
Always remember one thing: when you are using pronouns in a positive sentence, okay, you will always put yourself towards the end,
yeah,
okay. And when you're using it in an object, then you will use me, which was right. If you will use it in the subject, then you will use it like I. For example, my mother, sister-in-law, and I would be traveling.
huh.
Okay, this would be great. Cool. This is one grammatical
Yeah, sure,
mistake that I observed.
sure.
Also, I think I'm 100% sure you knew that you did this, or maybe when you did this, you were just not aware, or you were just in the moment. You said it makes an individual excite. It makes an individual excited,
Yeah,
right?
excited.
Okay. Also, uh, just one more thing I noticed. It's no less the you were talking about guest. Guest is no less than a god itself. Yes, you talked about guest, right? Remember?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, which was a very good thing you put in between. I must say your processing is very good. A guest is no less than a god itself. This is a wrong usage of reflexive pronoun. Okay, how do we use reflexive pronoun? I'm going to just mention it here. Let's say your name is Maria. Maria will do this task herself. Okay, now I'm talking about some work that Maria will do. Now I want to again address the subject. Then I will use the reflexive pronoun. For example, let's say uh, this horse hurts itself. Okay. Or if this doesn't make sense, we can say Tesla starts itself with a click, right? Just with a button, with a click. So I'm talking about Tesla. Again, it's going back to Tesla. So this is how we will use reflexive pronouns. He will do it himself. They will do it themselves. But guest is no less than a god itself is wrong. For example, I have seen a lot of people using this also. Where are you from, Maria?
I'm from Armuri.
Okay. So I've seen a lot of people
And
saying like this. We are from. Can you name the state? Your state?
Maharashtra.
We are from Maharashtra itself. Again, we cannot use itself here. Why?
Yeah.
We are not referring to the subject. We are not talking about the subject, right? Just Maria, I believe that you have to just work on part one and part three when it comes to giving answers, right?
The length.
A length. Rest, I think you are an impeccable speaker. Is
Great.
there is there anything you would like to say?
Well, I can process a lot of new thing now, and I can understand that I need to make sure about the timing because I've spoken a little more in the part two, which I have to make sure. And I need to practice more on that particularly. Also, I need to understand the length of the question I'm supposed to deliver in the part one, part two, and part three. So if I work on this and how you said there are a lot of grammatical mistake, if I would work on them, then things would be perfect.
Hmm. Maria, I am I'm honored to say this. I'm that uh, you have spoken on a band of 8.5,
That's great. That's
right?
great.
And it's very rare how not many people can speak at this band. And I think your video would really help students understand that this is what we should target. And I think because you have this responsibility on your shoulder now that students are going to look up to you. So you eradicate all these mistakes that you have done, and I hope you get a
Sure,
band
sure.
9.
Sure, sure. Inshallah, I'll work on them, sir. Definitely.
Okay, Maria, thank you so much.
Yeah. Same. Likewise. It was a pleasure talking to you.